Hi, how are you? This is Georgina, and I wanted to give you an insight into what I've just been through. I know a lot of vlogs are always about happy stuff and all the upbeat things in life, but sometimes, life's just shit, and there's crap, and there's hurt, there's pain, and that also shows up in relationships, in connections and with people that you truly, truly love. And so I just went through one of those phases where someone I really, really loved, um, and because this is a two-way thing, we were just not on the same page, and that brought up a whole lot of stuff for me that I needed to face and I needed to look at, and I also needed to voice. And what's interesting is while that happens is that my body just went into this path of destruction almost. My hair was crapping all over the place, hence the fabulous hairdo. Um, my skin broke out. I had this little airplane cough, which became a real chest infection. So my my immune system completely weakened. I went into a week of complete emotional eating where I ate every bit of crap you can even imagine. And I have been battling these things for years, and even though I know how to handle them and I know how to deal with them, my mind was occupied elsewhere for me to be aware and alert. And even though, no, even though I say that, I was aware and alert, but I was allowing it to happen because I thought, okay, this is something I need to go through. Because my priority at that moment was simply to heal the relationship, to come to a place again of harmony. And also, I have to say, a lot of my battle was not with the other person, but was with myself, with what I was feeling, with what stories were coming up for me, and that I was trying to see and unravel if they really belonged in that period, in that moment, in what we were dealing with right there and then, because there's nothing more detrimental to a difficult situation than bringing in all the dirty laundry from all the years back that you've been together with this person, that you've been in this relationship. And another thing I had to really battle was my ego. I mean, my ego wanted to tell me, "Fuck off, get out of my life," or, who are you dealing with? I'm amazing. You should be thinking the same thing, and blah blah. And had I allowed myself to come from that place, um, it would not have been true to what I really felt about our relationship, about this person. And also, I would not have allowed any room for the other to bring me their story, and to be open to, their perspective. Because even though I think I'm probably extremely right, the fact is I'm probably not. There's probably a truth that's somewhere outside of what we were both thinking, if there is even such a thing as truth. But what there was is this desire to strengthen the connection and to come back to a place where we've both felt comfortable again. So allowing myself that time, to kind of break down, and also break down, I mean defragment the elements that belonged in this situation and those that did not, even though they were there, they were not that relevant really. So I got to that place, and it took one heck of an impact on what I managed to do in the day, which was almost nothing. And it had an impact on my health and all of that. And I know that that's not sustainable for a very long time. So I was lucky. We did manage to get together and sort things out within a matter of days. I think it was about 4 days. But still, this is what happens. And I find it so interesting is that a lot of people find it a taboo to talk about it because, a good relationship will never have any I'm sorry, any moments of breakdown, any moments of um, fighting and, well, I'm going to say disharmony. And I think that's just not true. I mean, when you have two people involved, or even more difficult if you have more people involved, you're going to have different points of view, you're going to have different experiences of the same thing. And there's also going to be feelings hurt or things said that maybe were not meant that way, but they're going to be interpreted a certain way. And all of that is something to deal with. And the fact that you are actually open to each other, you're honest with each other, without trying to hurt or get back at somebody or be nasty just to make a point, or to win the argument. But you're open to really hearing, and the intention is set and you're both extremely clear about it, and it is even voiced that the intention is that you want to heal together and you want to move on together and continue on this path, this shared path together. Then, this is part of what makes you grow and makes you develop, and you learn from this. And I think it is a sign of true love when you're willing to deal with shit head on, rather than put it somewhere in a cupboard and think, oh my God, I hope it just doesn't show up in the time that we're together. And, for some people that might be that all the crap just comes out after their death. And for others, it can show up at the most horrible of times when you're not geared up to deal with it. So, yeah, for me, it is a sign of a super relationship when you are able and willing to deal with these moments and not go into denial, or not allow each other the time and the respect to listen to each other and to share your thoughts, your feelings, and to really come back to that place of love with this new knowledge of each other. So there I am, I didn't try to make it look any prettier. What you're seeing is how I was feeling, and this is the result. I'm feeling much better now, but this is what's happening, and I wanted to be as honest with you about this stuff, because you're going to encounter it too, I'm sure, in your relationships. And that doesn't mean that it needs to show up in your intimate relationships. It probably will, but in all kinds of relationships, this shows up. Shit happens. And all I'm trying to say is, you know what? If you care enough, you will deal with shit. Thanks for listening. Thanks for your time. And speak to you soon. Bye-bye.